one of the first poems I've ever written, and one of the first I ever performed. And it was, Anna Morgan always supported me, whether it be educationally, personally, and to do creative stuff like this. So I want to thank Anna again. If you guys want to clap for Anna. So I haven't named this poem yet, but it goes something like this. I wonder what life is all about. Is it family, friends, and certainty, which all was gone in a snap when I changed my route. From a young boy in Thailand, living in stability, he left it all, followed his aunt who had raised him to this country. With hopes of better future and endless possibility, it looks like the whole world was in front of him. But not too long, his bright light went dim. His paperwork fell off, and so his plans. He finds himself working in a restaurant, raising a nephew, reminiscing by the storefront, contemplating and blaming himself for his inability to visit his father he barely knew and his mother who was far away. As he grew older, the world seemed colder day by day. As problems surrounded him, he was hopeless. All his sacrifices seemed in vain when future was no longer visible. The kid didn't think a higher pursuit was possible. All he sees is his old aunt and his single mother cousin stuck in a cycle, working day after day when escape seems impossible. Wasn't until he met some people with similar situations who gave him guidance. They led him to college and taught him how to break his own silence. I wonder what life is all about. Is it family, friends, and certainty, which all was gone in a snap when I changed my route. And truth be told, I don't really know much at all, but I tried to make the best with what I got. I tried to show my families and friends some love by just a simple call. But Facebook and phone calls could only do so much. I had family members who had passed away when I was here and they were there too far away. Another reality check. I just hope the next hill will be a lighter touch. As life is a journey where destination is death. I have learned a lot of things, and this one has been filled with lessons that gave me meaning. To live for something bigger and to keep on moving. For when you fall so hard is when you truly know the value of your breath. Thank you very much.
Thank you both for this personal book. Our next performer is a second year public health policy and gender sexuality studies double major. He is also one of the Dreamers coordinator. Without further ado, please help me welcome Aureliano Davila.
Thank you, Aureliano. You can hear me in the back for that really entertaining performance. Aureliano is actually a really hardworking individual. He is a Dreamers coordinator, and he works directly with Anna to help students on campus. So he works really hard. And I am really excited to also present to you all our next performer. He's also a really incredible individual. He's a second year here at UCI, and he studies political science. Please help me in welcoming Eduardo Robles.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you all for coming, first of all. I want to thank a couple of people on Kana Media. I know that Anna takes a lot of time and dedication, not just this event, but in everything that many of us struggle with. Or even if we just want to say hi or something like that, she's there to listen, she's there to help, she's there to provide support. So thank you, Anna, and thank you everyone that helped make this possible. I'm going to read to you guys a little something that I wrote, just out of my heart. It's a little story about myself and what got me. Anger. A strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Does anger ever drive you? Does your anger ever create an eruption of emotions that slowly evaporates to the heavens of your mind, generating an abrupt cycle of thought that somehow oddly but beautifully condensates into wisdom and understanding? Well, for me that's very typical, or better said, was. I assure you all this has an explanation. But first, let me tell you a little about myself. Throughout my whole life, I've had to work hard, every last sweat and tear, in order to obtain what I have wanted. I live in a corrupt society where it is normal to be surrounded by bad influences, and where to be failure is nothing uncommon. It is not easy to concentrate on things like progress and prosperity, and to aim for an education when the resources to obtain them are not given to you. My many hardships began to engrave YMEs in my head, as they slowly guided me in a path of confusion, disobedience, and solitude. It wasn't until high school that my life began to change. I met a man named Mr. Navarro, who would soon become my principal, and best of all, a mentor. Mr. Navarro did something very special. He did more than simply tell me there was hope in this world. He showed me. Instead of simply talking about college, he took us. Me? Going to college? Going to see a college? His reasoning? You can't dream of what you don't know. It was then when my paradigm shifted. It was then when the why me's began to turn into melodies of empowerment. Why me? Because I am strong. Why me? Because I love challenges. Why me? Because I care about others. Why me? Because I will never give up. Not on others, and I sure damn won't give up on myself. But I didn't get here by myself. I also have the help of my parents and brother. For a long period of time, I worked alongside my dad as a gardener to make ends meet. Feeling the scorching heat pierce my back, while exhaustion overpowered my body was a deathly feeling throughout the intense hours of work alongside my dad. My work experience helped me understand the hardships my parents must endure in order to provide me with an education, along as serving as a catalyst for my ambition to obtain a college education. But on a more personal note, my immigration status labels me as a dreamer, and personally, I think that no term can be any more accurate. As an undocumented student, my life has put many barriers in front of me, some more literal than others. I live in a world that is neither pleasant nor forgiving. However, I learned to accept the flaws of this world and utilize them to create a better future for myself and my community. I know that my job isn't to question the world in which I live in, but instead to transform it. Every day I live trying to accomplish my dream of graduating from a university. And although some may think it's impossible, I will not abandon my dreams by continuing with hard work and dedication to strive for success in order to show my tenacity to succeed upon all levels. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." I know that the path to obtaining my dreams will be treacherous, but I refuse to abandon my dreams. I look forward to the privilege of enhancing my educational experience in hopes of reaching what I once called dreams and is now a reality. Challenges may appear, but I refuse to give up. Thank you.
Yeah, let's give it up for Eduardo Robles, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up, give it up.
Thank you, Eduardo, for opening up to us tonight. I'm going to introduce to you our next performer. His name is Josue Velasquez. He's a fifth-year transfer student in the Department of Chicano, Latino Studies, and Anthropology. Please give a round of applause to Josue.
introducing to you Analyd Gonzalez. She's a fourth year an English major, and a political science minor. Today she will be sharing her impactful testimony about her financial struggles in order to be here at UCI today. Please help me welcome Analyd.
Hi, my name is Analyd. I'll be sharing a small snippet of my life. I hope it's not too boring. I was born in a small town in Oaxaca, Mexico, to hardworking parents who worked the land growing corn and herding cattle. From a young age, my parents instilled in me the importance of education for advancement. They wanted to see their children live better lives than they did. When I was 9, my father passed away, and my mother was left with the sole responsibility of raising 4 children. She tried her best to raise us, but saw that she alone could not provide for all of us the future we envisioned for ourselves. My head was always in books, reading about other places, technology, laws, and ideas that my poor town could only see in television. As I yearned for things she could never give me, she sent me to live with my aunt in California, here in Santa Ana, when I was 11. Here I discovered the wonder and magic of a public library, of computers, and of the infinite nature of knowledge. I discovered that knowledge was never ending. But I also learned that there were other barriers in the way of my dreams. When I was in 8th grade in junior high school, my second year here in the US, I was invited to attend an honors conference in DC. I was terribly excited and rushed home with my permission slip. That was the first time I learned of the word undocumented and the limits it placed on my life. I moved on to attend high school, where my dreams still intact, but wary over this word undocumented might resurface. I worked hard my high school years, and when the time came to apply for college, it was a foregone conclusion that I would, in my mind, that I would do so, for I had my dreams set in law school. My aunt, who had been caring for me for 5 years, told me, don't expect anything. The expense is too high, even if you are accepted. A few weeks later, I received a letter of acceptance from UC Riverside. I was happy that my hard work had paid off and that UCR had seen my potential. But at the same time, the letter represented something that I could not have. Halfway there, and yet still out of reach. I graduated high school with honors, 3rd in my class, and soon after I registered into community college. I was still determined to attend a 4-year institution, but it would just take a little while longer before I got there. I signed up for classes and started attending while working part-time to help out at home. Since I knew there was no financial aid available to me, I worked to pay for my classes and books and to save for university tuition, all on top of my rent and living expenses. I moved out of my aunt's house soon after, so work and school proved to be very difficult. I had long hours of work. I could not call in sick because I needed the money to cover for rent and the bills as well. Some extra penny pinching had to be done. On the bright side, I'm now a great person balancing my own finances and my budget. When deferred action was announced, I was over the moon. I applied and was approved. Seeing how things were looking up, I decided to finally apply and transfer to university. I had saved for years for this, and even if I was not given any financial aid, I was ready to apply for loans. I was accepted into UCI, and I applied for the California Dream Act to see if it would help me somewhat. Just a little aid would mean the world to me. When the university received and reviewed my financial aid application and came upon a decision, with nerves, trepidation, and resignation, I opened my email and saw that I had been given a UCI grant, which covered all of my tuition and living expenses. The relief and happiness I felt then was like no other. I wanted to jump, scream in happiness. I may or may not have done so at work in the office. This is my second year here at UCI, and I'll be graduating this spring with an English major and political science minor. My law school aspirations are still here and stronger than ever. I am currently working on those applications. In fact, I have applied for a joint double major. I would like to get my master's in English critical theory and my law degree. The struggles that I have gone through to be here where I am today have been great, But I have discovered that there's a great inquisitive nature within myself that allows me to keep on going and fighting for my dreams. I would like to share with you a poem from Langston Hughes, which is one of my favorites, Dreams, where he says, "Hold on to dreams, for where dreams go, life is but a barren field frozen with snow. Hold on to dreams, for where dreams die, life is but a broken winged bird that cannot fly." Dreams and dreamers were very important. Undocumented does not mean undeserving nor unwilling. It means persevering, strong-willed, and strong-hearted. I believe our future is bright, and in the dark skies of what lies ahead, we are stars, stars with a future. Thank you.
Thank you, Analyd, for that great testimony. Our next performer is a second-year cognitive psychology major. She's extremely talented, and I am extremely proud to present her to you today. Please help me welcome Minjung Park.
More
opportunity to be able to present the first ever honoree of this gala, Oscar Hernandez.
All right.
When I first read Oscar's testimony, I was so inspired by his perseverance, but most of all for his heart to serve others. And he's a member of the undocumented community whom we respect so much, because despite all the obstacles, today he is a step closer to achieving his academic endeavors. And I'm not going to say more about his story because I am so excited to say that Oscar will actually be sharing his story with us tonight. Please welcome Oscar Hernandez.
Hello everyone, my name is Oscar Hernandez and I'm an undocumented student. And I was actually really nervous that I was going to trip on the stairs, so we got through that. So now, when they asked me to speak tonight, I wanted to share my story, and I thought it would be really important to share it by sharing it in the ways that people helped me to get here. This event is about supporting undocumented students, and I wouldn't be here without the support that I received. And I want to start with I believe my greatest supporters, and those are my parents. My parents were 18 when they got a little surprised that they were going to have a boy. We were in Mexico, and they tell me this story because they said they had no idea what to do, and they weren't ready. But one thing they knew is that if they wanted to give their child a better life, they were going to have to move. And so they decided to move to San Diego and start a new life. My mom became a house cleaner, and my dad was he worked at any job that he could get. And that's when I started going to school, and my mom worked for a lady who she cleaned houses for, and she would take me and she would let me watch movies with her, and they were Disney movies, and I kid around, but a lot of my English actually came from Disney movies, and so that's where I learned The Fox and the Hound, and these incredible stories where I learned English from. And so that's another family that I'm thankful for, because they accepted me when I was a young kid, and they took me with them. The next person I want to thank for was my fifth-year teacher, who, when I was in 5th grade, she just told me about a school called the Troy School, UCSD, which was for low-income, first-generation college students. At that point, I didn't even know what college was, and she said that it would be a great opportunity for me to attend the school. And so I applied for the school, and I got accepted, and from 6th grade through 12th grade, I want to thank the Troy School UCSD, because there was many mentors that helped me get through it. There was a lot of donors that paid for buses so that I could be bused from, I used to live in Southeast San Diego, and they would bus me all the way to UCSD, and that was on their money, and I would have never been able to go to a school like that if it wasn't for them. I want to thank my teachers there, especially because they always believed in me. Even when I wasn't getting the best grades, they still kept pushing me. And then I want to thank even the tutors from UCSD who helped me apply to this school. When I started UCSD, which I was accepted to UCSD, I was very scared because that's when it first hits you that you can't apply for FAFSA, and you can't really pay for school, and you don't know what to do. I was very fortunate, and again, because of my parents, my mom started her own party supply business, and through them, we were able to pay for my first and second year at UCSD, and it was through them that their hard work that kept pushing me to keep going to school, and to keep pushing me to keep getting good grades, because I didn't want to, I would see their struggle, and there was times where my parents weren't paying the house bill, or they weren't paying the electricity bill, or they couldn't pay for the health care because they had to pay for my school. And I'm really thankful for that, because without them, I wouldn't have even been at UCSD. Unfortunately, when in my third year, I actually had to take a leave of absence from UCSD because I couldn't pay for it anymore. The business that they had actually went bankrupt, and so I think it's great that UCI is doing an emergency fund, because at that point, there's points where you get to where there's no other thing to turn to, and you've already exhausted your family, you've already exhausted anything, and having an emergency fund for when somebody gets to this point I think it's the greatest thing that the Dream Advocates are doing, and I'm very thankful for them for putting this today, because it's really a great cause. So after that, I actually had to work in I went and I started working in any jobs that I could. Being undocumented, it's really hard to find a job. You just kind of have to find anything and ask people, and kind of find anything anybody that's willing to take you. And that meant me working at a taco shop, that meant me working at a laundromat, that meant me, I actually used to record quinceañeras, and so this all reminds me of when I used to work at the quinceañera, fancy dinners and everything. And that's what I did. I did that for a year and a half. I did that until I had to raise money to go back to school, and that's what I did, and that's how I did it. And I want to say thanks to the people, for my friends during that time, because at that time I actually didn't have a place to live since my parents were separating. I have a great friend who actually took me into his house, and he would let me sleep on his couch, and then he would take me out to eat, and he would take me out, and there was even a point where I didn't even have a phone, and he actually paid for my phone bill. And so I want to thank him.
Let's give it up for Oscar, never inspiring words, Oscar.
But finally, the UC system was able to, in 2013, we were able to get the DREAM Act, and we were able to get financial aid. And so I was able to go back to UCSD. I finished UCSD, finished with a Bachelor of Science, and then I knew that I wanted to do medicine. And the reason why I wanted to do medicine was because what I had gone through, people are always telling you no for a lot of things, and I didn't think that it was fair to tell someone no about their health. I didn't think it was fair to have any barriers for anybody to not be able to be healthy and to not be able to see someone. And so I wanted to do medicine for that reason, because I didn't want any colors, any discrimination, any financial reasons. And if I had that ability to give that to someone, then that's what I wanted to do. So I applied for the UCI postbac program, and I actually, I got accepted, and I started this program last year. And there I want to thank a lot of people for that, because I want to thank my mentors at UCI. I want to thank the medical students there that helped me. And I want to thank my group of friends who kept pushing me, and who who kept making me study and who kept giving me rides because I didn't have a car, and who kept, they were just there for me every single step of the way. And then when I applied to the UC Irvine School of Medicine, I was extremely scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. This was the first time that I could even apply into a medical school. It had been the years before, I knew I wanted to do medicine, but because of the laws, because I didn't have DACA then, I wasn't able to even apply. So I'm very grateful for President Obama for DACA. So that's another person that I'm grateful for. And now I'm grateful for everyone at UCI School of Medicine. I want to thank the staff, the admission committee that's taken this chance on me. I want to thank everybody that donated for me to be able to go here, because I'm not able to get financial aid, but as soon as I went public with my story, there has been so much support, countless support, and that amazes me every day, how many people are here for me. And I want to thank them. I want to thank my new family, my new group of friends sitting over here. I want to thank Prime LC for accepting me and for believing in me. And so I want to just say that there's times where there's a lot of students here and a lot of undocumented students here, and there's more to come. And I want to say that there's times when you're going to be kept awake because you can't pay for bills, or there's times where you're going to be kept awake because you can't, you have stress from your job, or you have stress from your family, or you don't have the proper, you don't believe like you have the proper rights. But I encourage you to, instead to be kept awake by your dreams, because after all, we're all dreamers, and it shouldn't be a label, it should be a motivation instead. It should be a motivation to give back to the people who gave you something. It should motivate you to change the world and make this world a better place. And it should definitely be a motivation to make everybody else, give them the ability to also become dreamers and for them to pursue their dreams. And so I want to thank all the donors here, because that's what you're giving us, and you're giving us a chance to pursue those dreams. Thank you.
All right, Oscar, give it up for Oscar! Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
First, we would like to thank Oscar for being such an inspiration for everyone, for being the first, one of the first undocumented students in UCI Medical School.
All right, Oscar.
I said one of the first because I plan to go to medical school. So we hope you enjoyed all the performances this evening. We want to thank all the undocumented students who have performed tonight. And first, or last but not least, we want to give thank yous to everyone who has made this possible.
We especially want to thank Don Ramon Galicia, who has been an incredible encouragement to us since the first time we met him, and he's always been supporting us. And he was actually the one that allowed us to get this beautiful place tonight. So thank you, Don Ramon and Doña Rosa, for all your help.
We would also like to thank Mimi Cruz, Claudia Sullivan, and Dr. Raul Fernandez for the help in reaching out to donors and their constant encouragement. We truly appreciate all of your help.
We would also like to thank our DJ for his amazing performance, and also for our volunteers, because they're over there working hard.
We couldn't end the night without thanking our Dreamers coordinator. Thank you, Anna, for encouraging us with your passion and love. She's somewhere back there in the kitchen, I think, helping make this happen. Without you, this would never have happened. And on behalf of all all the dreamers at UCI, I want to say thank you for everything you do for us.
We are so blessed to finally announce that tonight we raised over $28,000. Thank you so much, and we hope that we see you at our next annual Stars of the Future Gala. And now, I'm sorry, I'm just really happy because it's the first time that this has happened at UCI, and I am so positive that it's going to continue for several more years, and there's going to be way more undocumented students sitting here with amazing stories to tell. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to stay for the dance that will start now. And thank you so much.